This guy is the real deal. There is no discounting this man at this point. Now, it wasn't the way that most people thought it would happen. I'm going to be honest with you. If this fight plays out 10 times, I don't think that this is the outcome like most times. But he is so large for this division. Diego Lopes says, if you try to take me down, I'm going to create a scramble. I'm going to defend. And I thought that Pat Sabatini was discounting Diego Lopes a little bit. That was my perception in the fight. Just kind of some of the looks he was giving him, like, all right, bro, here we go. You know what I mean? Feeling big, clips him on the feet, shoots in for a takedown, and says, oh, fuck. Wait, this guy's strong. Those hips, oh God, I couldn't get the takedown. All right, re-engage. And then it was over, man. All it took was a perfectly placed right hand to the temple that wobbled him, and then Lopes finished the job. Super, super impressive performance by this guy. 50K, fight of the night. Give him every bonus. Give him everything, bro. Shout out Diego Lopes. What did you think of this?
Shout out the power mullet too, man. This dude, he's got something going for him, man. Yeah, like I said in the pre-fight, man, you might look at him as that cringy or as that not a scary fighter. But anybody who can do that to Pat Sabatini, man, this dude has serious crack in his shots. He's got power. And like you said, if you're going to be presented in a jiu-jitsu scramble with Diego Lopes, you're in trouble, man. And another thing, I'm glad you hit on it, Derek. How big Diego Lopes is for 145-pound class, man, is absolutely wild. He was towering over Pat Sabatini, who's pretty much the normal size. Like, that's the normal size of guy that he's going to be fighting. Diego Lopes looks like an absolute animal in there, man. This is cool, especially for the story of Diego Lopes, folks. Takes a short notice fight just because he's a coach of another fighter fighting. I forget if it was Marina Rodriguez or
Alexa
who it was.
Grasso.
Alexa Grasso. Takes a short notice fight just because he's helping Alexa Grasso in camp. Says, you know what? Why not? Why not lace him up in the biggest show possible and the biggest performance I'll ever have? Sure, falters, but gets back in and really makes a career for himself out of that. I love that for people out there, man. Take your shot, shoot it when you can. You never know what happens next.
The only thing that I did not like here is that we're just kind of repeating the same narrative that we had before. The striking, while it was effective in terms of you clipped him, it didn't look good, man. Sabatini came in, looked sharp, down the pipe, cracked him immediately. And I was like, oh God. I was like, Sabatini's going to be on this one. And I honestly think that's partly what led to the downfall, man. You have success early, you immediately think, all right, man, another walk in the park. You can't do that with this dude, Diego Lopes, because, yeah, you have some success on the feet. You're supposed to. He said it himself. He was all like, yeah, my coach turned me from a jiu-jitsu guy to a striker. Let's go. And he's very confident in his jiu-jitsu capacities, and I am too. Because if the fight got to the actual mat, that's where I was interested. That's where this fight took place for me. It was supposed to. Never made it there. He got the job done. Didn't give us a lot to talk about because in total he landed 13 total strikes. That's it, man. Another one of those just quick finishes. Pat Sabatini now is coming off of the loss to Diego Lopes and that loss to Damon Jackson, which is really screwing up kind of where he was projected to be in this mix-em-up. How many fights is it going to take for Pat Sabatini to reclaim that scariness that he had? Because while I still believe wholeheartedly in these Philly boys, a big right hand to the temple is going to shut off just about anybody. What do you think?
Man, how many fights does it take for Pat Sabatini to get back to his projected track? Man, I'm thinking three. You need three really good ones, solid performances, or just a couple absolutely star-studded knockouts, like big performances where he's going. I'm thinking 2 to 3. This is a hard one, though, man, because do you know off the top of your head how old Pat Sabatini is, Derek? I'm looking it up right now as I'm pulling it up so I can.
I got Pat Sabatini right here at 33 years old.
33, not bad for 145. Can make a run for things if he needs to. Oh, man. How about you? I think it's 3. How about you?
Yeah, I mean, he hasn't really beat anybody of a major notable name, and he hasn't really lost to anybody of a major notable name, so I think he's right there still. But I think it's just going to take a minute for him to get even into the ranking consideration after losses like this, man, because both losses are first-round knockout losses. Everything else, he's decisioning, submitting people, but he's just getting cracked. And, man, big win by Diego Lopes. That's all I got to say. So last one before we get out of here, man. What kind of fast track are we putting Diego Lopes on at this point? Because at a certain point, he's a draw at this point. People want to see him fight. He's a highlight fighter. He went toe-to-toe with Movsar Evloev, which we already saw. You beat Gavin, the Governor Tucker. You got to give this dude a top 15 guy, right?
That's how the chips are laying out, man. It seems like it. Personally, I hope he would take more. We were talking about before with Tom Aspinall. Take that slower approach of people. Really take that aspect of I'm gonna really grow into who I am because I've only been here for 3 fights. Like this is crazy. Calling this dude to have a top 15 after 3 fights in the UFC. But the potential's there. The technique, everything he has is there. So yeah, I do think that's where he's going. I'd like to see it a little bit slower, but what the hell? Might as well run it if you can.
If I'm not mistaken, I believe Diego Lopes has cashed in on a performance bonus and or fight of the night bonus on every single fight of his career in the UFC so far. He's got to be a rich man at this point. You know what I mean? Nobody is going to turn down an extra 50K. You feel me? So it's like 50K, 50K, 50K. Beautiful, beautiful thing to see. Shout out to Diego Lopes. Now,